minutes, 31 seconds. I have a feeling a lot of his bouts are going to be going that way when there are opponents for him to wrestle.
You know, you're right, Dan, and it's not popular with the fans, but I know exactly what Mike Connors is doing.
Well, we move right up then to 130 pounds. Cody Struning, another good one for Wilson, taking on Todd Sterner, only a freshman for Catasauqua. Sterner coming in with a record of 2 wins, 2 losses, and Struning in blue and gold, 4-2 on the year.
Exactly what Mike Connors was doing, Dan, is protecting his young wrestlers. Struning comes out and cranks away on the head of Todd Sterner. Struning is a great 1-2 punch with Souders. Throw Loxley in the mix, throw Garris in the mix. Wilson has a real murderer's row down below. Give him 6, 31 seconds for Struning. So Wilson is going to make a lot of hay in these weight classes.
No doubt about it, Scott. Let's take a look at how he gets it done here in exactly 31 seconds.
Just cranks over half Nelson, not even in great position, but Struning powerful enough to pick up on the head of Sterner, and that's what makes it happen. Now steps over, cranks away. Nice stretch for Wilson.
All right, here we go now, 135. Lickety split. Kyle Garris for Wilson, taking on Gabe Moses for Catasauqua.
Kyle, the brother of Corey Garris, the outstanding wrestler for the Warriors. Kyle, a sophomore. Moses, a senior. The brother of Julian Moses. We saw at 119 in that great matchup with Pacioli. Haven't seen a Spladle in a while. How about one here? There it is. He's got him in trouble. He's got him in big trouble. Haven't seen a Spladle, Dan, I'll bet in 5 years.
Well, you know, we saw one last week, but it was Wilson doing the issuing.
Well, see, right here, Dan, what you don't see a lot of guys do, Gabe Moses can take him back over. There's a potentially dangerous, but he gets the 5-point play.
Interesting you mentioned that, Scott. It was Russ Souders last week against Southern Lehigh that showed us a Spladle in the first period. And you're right. You rarely see them these days.
They're so easy to defend, but that was a good one by Moses. He slapped it on pretty hard, pretty fast.
5-0 lead for the effort.
Yeah, that's going to be a slam.
Ooh.
Technical violation awards Garris the point. Garris goes over to the side for recovery. Not going to need much of it. Real simple here, Dan. If the head or shoulder contact first, it's a slam. Doesn't matter the intent, doesn't matter the power, doesn't matter anything except what hit first.
And that's a pretty good way to designate what is and what isn't, because prior to that, it was completely a judgment call.
Absolutely.
Battle continues, and you were right. Garris is one tough customer. Didn't need a whole lot of that free recovery time.
Warning for stalling against Moses, a 5 count without attempting to bring back to the mat.
Now, if Garris was unable to return to battle,
it would have been a forfeit win, a disqualification win.
Blood. Real quick, blood. He's
Wipe
got it
some
on his
blood.
hand and try to clean it off his lip.
and that could very well be residual from that slam a little while ago.
I have no doubt. He came down hard on the shoulder and head.
Garris interested, though, more interested in finishing this battle on the mat than taking the points. Well, we couldn't be here without the fine efforts of Mart's Disposal. I want to thank them for all of their support of wrestling over so many years of wrestling. Mart's Container and Disposal Service anywhere in the Lehigh Valley. If you need prompt, efficient service, give them a call at 610-262-9021. Very cooperative in bringing things out of the basement. I found that out personally last summer.
You and I both. I used Mart's this fall for a hot tub I had removed, and I can speak for the promptness and the efficiency. They asked me to go down and cut off the circuit breaker. By the time I got up, it was in the truck. They were ready to leave.
Those guys are good, no doubt about it. Oh, Garris has got the fire going out there.
Headlock. Oh, another big play. Garris now in trouble. Oh, off the edge of the mat, 2-2.
Wow.
Moses has shown he can throw Garris around. Still first period. Now it's going to be 9-2.
Let's take another look. Nice movement there of Gabe Moses, feeling the force coming from Garris and using it against him.
Yeah, the first was purely defensive. This was just a nice headlock, one of the nicest you'll see. We had a great one last night in the Nazareth Liberty match. Optional start used by Moses and picks up almost playfully on the ankle of Garris. Now Garris is probably wondering, what do I need to do? I got in on a leg and gave up 5. I attacked and gave up 5. Now they're playing a little hand fighting action on the heads. Matt Billy warns them about it, but they're going to go at it pretty good here.
Those Moses brothers are for real. We're watching Gabe Moses taking on Kyle Garris at 135 pounds. Catasauqua taking on Wilson and holding their own out there. Wilson leading 41-11 heading into this bout at 135 pounds, and we've got 3 others left to go.
Now cement job combination by Moses. Is he going to roll through with that, try and take it? Reaches across and grabs the other arm. Now going for that trip. See a lot of Catasauqua wrestlers using that trip and gets the takedown. Does Moses to lead this one now 11-3 after 1. He's really showing us something here.
And we'll have a stoppage in the action again as they clean the mats. Let's take a look.
Again, that trip. Good control of the upper body, the trip just for the 2. A lot of times you'll get some back points out of that. See if we can go over to Mike Connors once again during this timeout.
No, we'll stay on our feet.
Neutral.
Breathe. It's in there. It's a good break.
Relax.
You don't need to rest on the mat now.
Nope. Good.
Be smart. Don't
Period. Second.
Second period.
Be smart.
Yep. Come on.
Sounds like Catasauqua likes the dominance that Moses has shown on his feet, Scott.
You bet. He's throwing some big moves out there, Dan. A couple of big plays, takedowns to near falls. Garris has got to be thinking about one thing, and that's taking him and packing him, because he's really not been able to generate much of anything. If he can get a 5-point play of his own, though, he'll be right in this.
Well, Garris is certainly not holding back. Realizing he's got a deficit to make up here, he's coming right at Moses.
Make no mistake, he's a high-quality wrestler. You're seeing 2 real fine wrestlers out here.
As we mentioned before, Garris coming in with a 4-2 record, and here comes Moses again, making things happen out there.
Good defensive move, going for that spladle again.
Watch your back.
Has the takedown if he wants it.
No, because he's still got his arm in here. Tension dangerous.
You heard the explanation by Matt Billy.
Okay? Top of the head's okay, not in the eyes.
Doesn't want him slapping at the eyes.
No.
Moses wanted to know if he had the 2 points, and
okay.
now Coach Connors asking the same question.
Mike Connors saying, I thought you gave him 2 before you called potentially dangerous. Matt Billy saying, no, his arm was all the way across. You can see Garris really only going halfway on those moves now. That's a great testament to what he's had done to him by Gabe Moses.
Midway through regulation, Scott, Moses of Caddy leading Garris of Wilson 11-2.
Went too big that time. Garris could have stepped over. Great balance by Moses.
And you heard the Catasauqua bench in unison. No!
Exactly. Didn't have it that time and tried to force it. The thing with upper body moves, like Moses has been good at doing, you need to use the momentum of the other wrestler. You can't really force them.
Moses proven to be the senior statesman here for the Catasauqua team. Looking to put some points on the board. And getting the job done so far for Catasauqua has been Mike Williams at 189 pounds. He put Caddy's first 5 points on the board. And then that was followed by Jared Saylor's impressive pin in the first period at 103.
Well, there's a cement job. Rolling one is a concrete special. Garris limits the damage to just a takedown, but that's 13-3. So Moses really exerting dominance here over Garris. Early in the season, Moses looking to run his record to 4-1 and really showing us something here.
Come on. You let him out, you can take him down here. Let's go.
Let's go.
To the middle they go with just a little over 10 seconds to go here in the second period.
Garris committed to that one. Let's see if Moses can stop this with one of those moves. Garris is in, but he's gotten stuck here. Needs to elevate through the back, get the hips up in the air. Period runs out 13-4. take a look at this concrete special where the cement job combination is rolled through nicely. Matt Billy admiring the cut over the eye of Garris. They're going to need a cut man here.
Boy, Scott, usually that cement job means a takedown and back points within a flash, but Garris doing a great job of, as you mentioned, rolling through it.
We're not going to get a view of that, but it's on the inside of the bridge of the nose.
You know, we have a wrestler here named Deku. I wouldn't doubt that he's related to these folks here. Deku's Auto Body Shop right here in Catasauqua on 1135 Howardtown Road with Wheel Alignment Center in North Caddy at 1418 Howardtown Road. You have your choice there, folks. Same telephone number, though. Give them a call for auto repairs, 610-264-5507, Deku's Auto Body Shop and Deku's Wheel Alignment Center.
Matt Billy, one of the more affable officials.
Hey, use your head though. Remember,
you know, Scott, Catasauqua has a rich tradition of wrestling. As you were explaining to me earlier tonight, they're going to have a first of its kind Catasauqua Wrestling alumni reunion, and we'll tell you a little more about that when we have our next break here. It looks like we're ready to resume at 1:36.
The only Catasauqua alum I was familiar with firsthand was Chris Gerhardt, pretty fair wrestler. Ended up being a state champ, brother of Matty Gerhardt, a 4-time state champ, so I imagine they'll be part of it. Chris now coaching the football team here.
Garris starting on bottom, gets the free let go by Gabe Moses as we resume here in the third. (13-4) in favor of Gabe Moses of Catasauqua, one of the senior leaders.
I have it 13-5.
Yeah, they had it 13-3 after 2.
Okay, I thought he got an extra escape in the second period. I could be wrong. We'll call it 13-4. It's a major decision either way. Garris needs a takedown to limit the damage, and certainly he's looking for a little more than that. Moses looking for another big move. He's shown us 3 different ones. Spladle, headlock, cement job. Nice inventory of moves at your disposal.
Well, we saw Garris come out with a big head of steam and get thrown mightily for the first points of the battle.
Yeah.
Now he's got to make up some points here, and the challenge is, how much energy do you give it?
Well, I'll tell you, a 5-point play will blow the head off of steam in a hurry. And a couple of them will absolutely do it. You saw Garris immediately get very tentative, and you really have to. I mean, you got to figure out what this guy is doing to you. And a lot of times, a defensive wrestler will take advantage of the slightest break in technique. Headgear missing for Moses. He's going to have a chance to strap that back on. Warriors well on their way to winning this match. In fact, it's mathematically over at this point. They're up by 30 with 24 points left on the table. So they have secured the win, and they are now alone in first place in the Colonial League. Colonial League undefeateds coming into tonight. Caddy, Wilson, Northern Lehigh, and Northwestern. Saucon and Palmerton each with 1 loss. And I think in that you're seeing the 2 tiers of wrestling in the Colonial League. There's the takedown for Moses. The escape for Garris. So it'll be 15-5.
Stop on my whistle, okay?
The tiers in the Colonial League, certainly Wilson, Northern Lehigh, Northwestern are expected to fight it out. Maybe a situation reminiscent of last year where Wilson beat Northern Lehigh beat Northwestern beat Wilson, so they all shared the title.
Yeah, there you go.
One of those again. The matchups are very, very interesting.
Tri-champions in the Colonial League. What a great season it was. And time will run out. 15-5. The major decision going to Gabe Moses of Catasauqua at 135 pounds.
Major decision tonight.
And with the 4 points, it is now 41-15 in favor of Wilson.